Severe thunderstorms in South Texas. Otherwise, the focus tonight is on the west. I am Dave Schwartz with another Pacific storm slamming on shore. Our first stop is northwestern Oregon, here near Gerhardt, Oregon. You're beginning to see the rain, gusty winds, and some very high surf. A high surf advisory tonight and a high wind warning for southwestern Oregon for the rest of tonight. Rain hasn't impacted your ride along Highway 101 this afternoon, but the rain is coming down and coming down hard here tonight. Here's our latest storm as it comes crashing on in. Notice the big swirl in the atmosphere, low pressure, and the jet stream is really slamming down toward the southeast. There are winds aloft here over 150 miles an hour. So we'll have the northern part of the storm for the Pacific Northwest. Low pressure will develop along the southern end of it and move into Los Angeles. More rain for you coming up by tomorrow afternoon rush hour. Checking on radar right now, it's all rain. Seattle, not windy yet here in Seattle, but along the coast it is very windy. Winds down here at Cape Blanco, Oregon, gusting as high this evening as 79 miles an hour. Now the cold front has just barely eased through and the winds are diminishing. Rain's pretty heavy in Seattle and in the Portland metropolitan area. Raining on I-5 down toward Salem and down toward the Corvallis exits here too. Some high mountain snows, and then we just dry out over here at Yakima. There have just been a few sprinkles. The rain has moved into the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. So far since November 1st, we've had 30 inches of rain fallen in San Francisco, more heavy rain and increasing wind later on tonight and tomorrow morning. Right now in the Southland, we're dry after a fairly cool day, but the rain moves in tomorrow, guaranteed. Current temperatures, 50 in Seattle, 52 here in Los Angeles, so mild air out ahead of the storm. We were in the 50s. We've had a couple of beautiful days in Seattle, but now the rain has moved in. We've had some dry air, easterly winds coming down off the Cascade Mountains. 50 in Phoenix, too. The storm that'll be heading into Los Angeles will be heading for Phoenix and Tucson. I wouldn't be surprised to see some wet snow in southern Arizona on Friday night. Wouldn't that be exciting to see, huh? Right now with the rain, it's 50 in Seattle, 48 in Portland, 55 in San Francisco, generally in the 50s in the Central Valley, and 52 at the Civic Center in Los Angeles. Earthquake activity report. All the action was either south of the border or out into the mountains. And here in the Sierra Nevada mountains, we had one earthquake that registered, was that 4.2 on the Richter scale. And as we head a little further north into Pacific Northwest and Alaska, none reported, but out in the Alaska Aleutian Islands, 4.5 near Adak, Alaska. There was also an earthquake in British Columbia, Canada, 4.3, a couple of hours west of Port Hardy, British Columbia. So there we have it. Here is a look at the rest of the country's weather. The remnants of that big old storm that caused the flooding for you in Dearborn, Michigan. All the severe weather over the last couple of days. We still have some here in Texas. Boy, there were a couple of semi-trucks blown off the road on Highway 77, just northeast of Refugio, Texas. And those storms are now heading toward the coast. So watch it out here in Corpus Christi. The same thing's going to happen here in a couple of days. That storm that'll move into Southern California will end up in Arizona, cruise right through Texas and across the Southland. But in the short term, here's what we're doing. We're getting rid of this big old storm in the northeast. Just some rain, maybe change back to snow here in northern Maine. Scattered rain showers and drizzle and snow flurries as we head back to the northern plains here. A beautiful day, however, with that west wind in Norfolk, Virginia, Charlotte, Atlanta, looking good, but then clouds will be on the increase as the storm leaves Texas and moves into the southeast. High pressure in behind it, looking good for you in Denver. Beautiful day. Albuquerque and Phoenix, same story, a couple of degrees warmer. In Phoenix, it's been so cold, only in the 50s today. And here comes that next storm. This will be splitting in two, part of it hanging out in the Pacific Northwest, the other part heading into Southern California. And it looks like the rain will be into at least Ventura and Santa Barbara counties by tomorrow afternoon rush hour, maybe even into Los Angeles. So that's something to plan for. And a look at the mild overnight lows once again, and no Arctic air in sight. Well, do you have travel plans, or are you staying right here in town? Our extended travel outlook checks on the rest of the week through the weekend for 20 cities coast to coast. Let's have a look.